Hi everyone, it's Mike here. So don't forget to click that subscribe and bell icon to receive a notification each time I upload a new video. So today it's time for the mid-month mini mission inspiration for February, and for this art journal page the inspiration is from the song Diamonds, sung by Rihanna, but I've recently found out the words were actually written by Sia, or Sia, depending which way you want to pronounce it, or how she pronounces it. But either way, the phrase is shine bright like a diamond. Now when I first thought of that, I also thought of another music kind of icon, which was the Dark Side of the Moon album by Pink Floyd. So I'm going to attempt to kind of combine both little ideas into one today. So I've got my indigo blue black gesso. So I'm just going to take the lid off that, paintbrush, some kitchen roll and some paintbrushes. So the first thing that I'm going to do today is just to coat my art journal page with black gesso. So a liberal coating all over, and I'm going to take it right the way up to the edges. I'm going to go close, but not all the way. And I might just need my little polypropylene mat underneath to make sure that I don't get paint everywhere. Because that's what peeps like me do. We end up getting paint everywhere, including all over our clothes. But hey ho. So literally just a liberal coating of black. And for those that don't know what the front cover of the album, the Pink Floyd album, Dark Side of the Moon, looks like, I'll just put it on screen here now. There you go. So yes, you've probably seen it, but just didn't realise what it was if you're not a Pink Floyd fan. I'm not particularly, but I did know about the album cover. Okay, so that's going to be my base. Nice liberal coating of black gesso. I need to get that dry. So we need a little bit of heat. And once that's dry, I'll be right back. So now that my black gesso is completely dry, I've just put a couple of pencil marks on the page so that I pretty much know just by quick glance where I need to paint or where I need to add some more colour. So first thing I'm going to do is just add some white to the page. So I've got some Dina Wakley white. I'm just going to add to my paint palette just to one side here, like so. And I'm just going to grab a little bit of washi tape. I want some low tack washi tape. I don't want anything which is too tacky. That'll do, I think. I'm just going to take a quick strip just to act a little bit like masking tape. I'm just going to do a line there and just do another little line there. That's just going to act as a kind of guide. So I've got my white paint, so I need a little bit of a brush. I'm not going to use a big one, just a little brush. Here's my white paint, and then I'm just going to add some white coming down this way. And as you can see, I'm not going complete opaque white. I want to add, just have a little bit of depth and movement in those strokes, but I do want them to have crisp lines. A bit more opaque into the middle, that should do it, I think. Just a tad more. See, the more I overwork it, the more I'm brushing the white out. That'll do. Okay, and then I quickly just remove the washi tape before it grabs too much, before the paint dries. Put that to one side and just lightly pull that off, so I've got a nice kind of clean line on the edges. So I'll just dry that off, put the washi tape away. Okay, so for the next bit I've brought in 5 colours from my Dina Wakley collection. So I've got ruby, lemon, magenta, lime and sky. So nice kind of brightish colours. So I'm going to be adding those to the art journal page. So what I want to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just add a little bit of each of those colours onto the palette. And I'm going to be adding these freehand. I'm not going to be masking these out. So I'm just going to add little drops. Oop, that one's a bit runnier than the others. That means that might not be quite as opaque. That will do. And the last one. Yeah, that magenta is a bit runny. Sky, there we go. So there'll be quite a bit of brush washing. So I'll start with red. Okay, sorry, I just had a little bit of a crisis on my hands. Crisis of confidence. Right, I just needed to put a couple of marks on the page so I knew where I needed to start adding paint. So, and this is exactly where I need to add the red. I'm going to go off the page. And it might be that I need to add more than one coat to this, but I shouldn't think so. Just clean the brush for that one, and then I'm going to leave out one colour, so the next colour, and then skip one, and then go into the middle colour. So that's going to be the magenta. So I'm going to go straight down the middle. And again, clean it off. Okay, so the final colour that I want to add, and I'm saying final, but I meant at this end. So we've got the blue, so my brain, it just isn't really firing today, which is a bit thing for me. I keep looking at things and just like it's not making sense, but that's just the way my brain works sometimes. Okay, right, so I just want to clean that off again. Sometimes I know what I want to do, but my brain just can't grasp what I want, so I just want to dry this off quickly because I want to add some more red onto that. Right, so that should be dry enough for me to add a second coat of the red. That's better. Stands out more. Okay. I really need to replace some of these brushes, but I don't really want to do it until I've moved house. Let's go over the pink again. I'd rather have fresh brushes in the new room, my new craft room or art room. I know it's silly, but I'll do the blue. Yeah, God, that just darkens that up. Makes it a little bit more vibrant. That should do. Okay, so I'll get those dry, then we can add the final two colours. Okay, pretty much dry. Pretty much. So I'm now going to add the yellow. Ian's just come back with Mr. Bentley, so I'm bound to get a visit in a second. So that's probably going to need a second coat as well, but hey ho. And then the green. There we go on that. Quick blast. Okay, so I've printed from my computer a picture of a diamond. And I've also taken out of my long forgotten drawer a pot of my silks. Now this one is what they call ice white. Now I've had these for so long that some of these have actually dried up a little bit. So I'm just going to add a little bit of water into the bottom and just see if I can kind of reinvigorate a little bit, because these are water-based iridescent paints, and I'm hoping that I can revitalise it enough to get it to work. I may need to add a little bit more water to it. I'm just adding it directly into the pot and giving it a stir. I haven't used these in such a long time. In fact, I don't even think that they actually make these anymore. These are the Luminart silks. But we'll try it anyway. So I'm just going to go over the top. Now this was printed using my Epson printer, and because it uses permanent ink, I can add wet mediums over the top and it doesn't tend to run. Ooh, a little bit too much came off there. So I'm hoping this will work and add a nice kind of shimmer. And I could just spray it with mica spray, but I don't have any. So if you have got some, then obviously adding that to your page or your project would be an absolute doddle, because you can just spritz it over the top, but I don't have any at all. This is the nearest thing I've got, apart from glitter, which I didn't want to add on, because glitter gives you a different kind of effect altogether. More golden, whereas this is a little bit more silver. If you have one of those one of those glitter pens, the ones that come in a little brush, I've forgotten what they call them now. I used to have one. Let's see if I've still got, yeah, one of those. A Wink of Stella, that was it. See, that would work, because that's got all that sparkle in there too. Whereas, see, I could go over both, couldn't I? Adding that in. Let's see if there's any of this liquid left in these pens again. I've had them for that long. We'll see, we'll see. Anyway, I'll get that dry with those Luminart ice silks, Lumin Art. Yes, acrylic glaze, there you go, and that one's the ice. But like I said, I don't know whether they still make those or not. Let's just quickly dry that off. Okay, so that's dry. Now you can see the shimmer and the glaze on there already, just on that one page. But I am going to explore those Wink of Stella pens a little bit more and just see if I can get some of it to flood out, just to add another little kind of like depth and dimension to it. Adding a little bit extra glitter isn't going to do any harm, is it? You can never have too much bling. I normally say that at Christmas, but you know. Do quite like to add bling at other times of year. I think that one's actually empty. Although I do have another one somewhere. Just make sure it's the same stuff. Oh, yep, that's definitely the same stuff. Okay. Plenty of that left in that brush. See, I could have done this after it was dry, but it's not going to make that much difference. We like a bit of sparkle. Ian's cooking downstairs, I can hear him chopping onions. I'm having a sausage casserole for dinner this evening with baked potatoes. So I'm trusting him to cook. I think that's just about the entire thing covered in the Wink of Stella. That can go in the bin. That one I'll put back away, and I'm hoping that that's going to be picked up. Okay, so I'll quickly get that dry again, and once that's dry, I'll be back. Okay, so look at the shine on that, and that's with a combination of those Lumin Art silks and the Wink of Stella brush pen, and that's from Zig, in case you don't know about those, and they do come in different colours of sparkle as well. Like I said, I've had that in my collection for so many years. Okay, so I'm going to stick this down now about there. A little bit of glue on the back, but it's also got a bit of adhesive on this too, so there. Ha, love it. And then I'm going to bring that Wink of Stella brush in and add some sparkle to the white. I've actually got some of the Wink of Stella liquid just on a piece of plastic at the top here because I squeezed out too much earlier. So I'm going to add that on there. It's going to be a very sparkly page. And then I'm going to add some over the top of the paint. So all of the paint colours are also going to sparkle. One of those pages where if you're going to do it, you might as well do it. If you're going to go the whole hog, just go for it. I don't know whether the camera's picking that shine up now. I think it is. Look at that. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, like I said, need to get it dry. Okay, so dry, shine, glaze. Look at the sparkle on that page. You can just see it in the light, look. Sparkly. I know, it's great. So, white pen. So, I'm tempted to put white splatters in the background to make it look like stars in the background as well, but I don't think I'm going to bother this time. So instead I'm going to write the quote on here. Don't often do hand lettering. And then I think what I'm going to do is just add a few little separators. Just by way of a little tidy up. Doesn't matter if they're exact. This is the white Signo white opaque rollerball pen. Works well on paint and that kind of thing. It's probably one of the best ones apart from the Posca. Just for adding a few little white highlights and details. I'm just going to sign it down there. Actually, I don't think I want to do any more to it. I was thinking of just doing a few kind of, yeah, just a few little mica splatters in that background just to kind of break it up a little bit, but not white. You know what I mean? White would have been too much. Just use up the last of that wink of Stella that I've got on that little piece of plastic up here. Waste not, want not, as the saying goes. And I think that'll do. So let's lift that up. There you go. You can just see him in the background now. Just sparkling a little bit. So inspired by The Dark Side of the Moon, where it was a prism on the front with the white light shining in and then the rainbow coming out the other side, I've changed that to the diamond and we've still got that light coming in and going off to the side that way, and then the little quote from the song there with a little bit of sparkle in the background. So I'm happy with that. I've got my prompt card that I will stick to the back of this and add it to my mission inspiration art journal for 2019. So I know it's a bit basic, but I'm using resources that I haven't used for a very, very long time. That's sparkle and glaze. But it just goes to show you, you can get quite good effects if you dip into your resources particularly when you've got stuff hiding at the back of a drawer. So that's all from me for now. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please remember to give it a thumbs up, share the video with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, like I said at the beginning, you can do so at the end of the video. But also, if you want to join in with the Mission Inspiration Facebook group, there is a link on screen now, and there's also one in the description area below. Just click that and then pop along and ask to join, and you can join in the fun. The main monthly ones and the mid-month mini also. And I haven't dotted my I. I have now. Bye for now. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. Thank you.